Welcome everybody to the Heroes Rebel. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work at all.
Cut. No, that means like re-go.
I know. Welcome everybody to the Hebrew Rebels podcast, your new favorite podcast featuring two dudes talking about movies and video games and less so other stuff this week. But what?
Were you reading it off of the black
mirror?
mirror?
I wasn't. I was just looking because I get nervous and I have to look at something while I'm talking.
Well, I like to look at myself. That helps me feel better. Not really.
I wish I could have seen myself. My name is Jordan, also known as Monty Joe.
My name is Ethan, also known as Coming Soon.
Coming soon. That's pretty good.
I think that's what I was going to use this week.
What'd you say last week? You said
to be determined. Yeah. Which I almost said again. I was like, wait, no, I used that last week. I was going to say coming soon because we're making progress.
Yeah.
I have thought about it.
Yeah. It was a shorter week this week.
Holiday, 4-day weekend.
Yep.
That's what you mean.
Time is just flying by.
Yeah, it really
I don't know how
is.
we're already on the third episode of this. It feels like we just did the first one.
Yeah, that's so cool. I know, and eventually it's going to be 100.
I would love that.
It's going to be like, what?
I would love that a lot.
Yeah. Well, if we had started when we started, which wasn't a good idea, we'd be on like 150.
More.
3 years.
Oh yeah. We'd be on like 158 or something.
Depending if we did every single week.
Did.
Yeah.
I would like to stick to it, but we'll see.
Oh, no. This, I mean like things coming up.
Right.
That push things back
that
a
force
week.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 4th of July happened. Mine was uneventful. I was working. Did you do anything exciting?
I barbecued some mean hot dogs for the first time, and they turned out really well.
First time on 4th of July or first time barbecuing hot dogs?
The last time I tried, because I've taken over grilling, and the last time we were on the end of the gas, or the butane, and it ran out like 2 minutes into grilling, they had some marks on them.
Yeah.
But my grandma was like, we'll just throw them in the microwave. I'm like, okay. I guess we can still eat dinner.
That was on 4th of July? Or that
No,
was
that was before. And then I had to go get new stuff for the grill.
Right.
So I was able to redeem that failure.
Right.
It wasn't a failure. It was out of my control.
Right.
But, and they turned out great.
Cool. Yeah, there was a lot of food ready for me when I got home, but I didn't have anything to do with it, unfortunately.
The only thing I have to say is that I'm just glad we survived the attack.
Of the Earth.
Of the Earth?
The Earth attacked us twice.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Before that, when the fireworks were going off and it sounded like we were literally under attack by a foreign invader.
I love that.
No, I love it.
I love
so
on the 4th
cool.
of July when you hear just the booming all
legit,
night long.
If you want to just stand there and imagine it's World War II and you're in London
Could be terrifying.
and it's being attacked,
yeah,
that's how your dog feels.
Yes. Thankfully, my cats were pretty cool with it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
The kitten was... He's so brave. He doesn't care. Rocky's a little more scared, but he was fine.
That's an understatement.
When we had Bristol, she would freak out. We had to tranquilize her and put her in the workshop.
Under the ground?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I forgot to say we're coming to you pre-recorded from the ground floor attic. Dang it. I messed up the entire intro.
Oh, that's okay.
That's where we are. Yeah, so your Daisy was not happy.
She's actually pretty chill on the inside. When we were inside, but then
it's just not normal.
My grandma went outside and she was like, come look, because you could see them everywhere too. And I was like, okay, I'll go outside. And she really wanted to come outside, so I grabbed her and I brought her outside. And she was pretty good when she could see them. And then a couple big ones went off, and she was like, get me the hell out of here right now. Yeah. I don't know what and I was like, oh, yep, okay, time to go inside.
I'm with you. I get you.
And then she was fine. So
I didn't get to do my favorite thing, which is to drive on the freeway during the 4th of July. Yeah. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Other than all the drunk people, which are definitely out there.
It's dangerous, but...
That's why I didn't drive this year.
Yeah.
I've done that too. No, I'm kidding. I've never done that. I don't support that. Don't do that.
I thought you meant just go out in general.
No.
Yeah, don't drink and drive.
Nope, never.
Drink,
but don't drive.
That's pretty much... I'm ready to get into games. I got nothing else
for
this
week.
I
did use my long weekend to play some stuff and get caught up. Not as much as I'd like to, but yeah, I think we got some good game time in there.
What did you play?
So I think I mentioned I was playing Celeste.
Yes.
I finished that. The main story, and then there's an epilogue, and I got to go back and find hidden stuff in 4 different levels to unlock the epilogue.
That you couldn't have found earlier, or you just missed?
Was probably way too difficult to find. So they hide stuff really well.
Yeah.
I already went back and found every strawberry in the first level, or the first chapter.
Uh-huh.
And some of them were like, how did I miss this? And it's because you learn where stuff is hidden later on, and then you go back and you're like, oh,
you learn their tricks over time.
Their design.
Yeah.
And where they've hidden stuff, and there are little visual cues, which is nice. You just gotta feel it. But there's still more for me to find. I don't know how if I just want to spend hours searching because I think that's a waste of time.
How long was the game?
7 hours 15 minutes is what it took me.
It's a nice.
It's perfect.
Chunk of a game.
It's like you put in a couple hours and you beat it in a week.
Yeah.
Like it's like and that's what I did.
That's cool.
And I stopped doing that with games, but because when you drift off, you don't drift back.
Right. Yeah, I have that problem. I start a lot of stuff and don't finish.
And that's why I just tried to power through. I managed to do that with all the Kingdom Hearts games coming up to 3, and then I got 3, and I was just like, oh.
Later.
And I haven't beaten it. That's the next big one I need to finish.
Yeah.
But I played Celeste. I was gonna play Abzu, which is like a 2-hour game.
Abzu.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour game where you're swimming around the ocean, looking at all. It's like Journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Journey. That's just imagine that, but underwater.
Okay.
But also nothing like Journey. It just kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
And you swim around and look at pretty stuff. I was gonna do that, and I didn't get to that, so I still need to finish that. It's literally been on my mind for 3 years.
That game?
I need to play this. I need to play this. I need to play this. I should just finish this. I should just knock this out. And then summer passes, and so I don't want to play it for half the year.
Yeah.
Because I only want to play it during summer. So I've had 2 chances. This is my 3rd chance.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to beat that. Maybe. Probably not next week. Maybe the week after. Yeah.
There's something. I forget if it's like. There's something where every year there's something I either want to play or watch, and then I miss it, and then I'm like, well, I gotta wait until next year to do that. I think it's like Stranger Things or something. Mm-hmm. I think every October, Stranger Things, like I want to watch it, but I don't, and then I wait.
The fall kills me. Stranger Things, all the Batman games I want to play in the fall. That's too much because all the big games come out in the fall, so you're dealing with all the new games and all these backlog games. So I'm just gonna have to do it at some point. And Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, I have to finish that during the summer since 3 now comes out in the fall.
Oh my gosh!
And I don't want to play those at the same time, especially since 3 is gonna be so much better.
I need to beat that too.
Yeah. Here, well, there we go.
We'll do that together over the summer.
Yeah, I'm not ready to jump. Oh, man, maybe. Ooh.
I'm gonna take longer than you, so I think I might just get going.
I could take.
I'm also not very far into it.
I could take it to DC.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't take my Switch.
Ooh, I wonder if I could take it to Europe.
You could totally do that. Do you have other?
I never even thought about bringing any kind of games to Europe, but I should bring my Switch, right?
That's tough.
No.
Because I'd be worried about it.
True.
When it wasn't on me.
True.
Unless you're gonna be in a hotel. Because then you're locked up in your bag. So it's definitely an option.
I'm never going to be I don't think I'm going to be in any hostels. I don't have any plans to do hostels.
Did you ever see Hostel?
No.
I didn't. I just remember when it came out, and I remember it was this was in high school, and I had no interest in those movies, but people said it's half gore, half porn. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, it's great, you should go see it. And
honestly,
I'm like, no.
Until recently, I didn't even realize it was about hostels. I thought it was just like a hostile person or hostility or something.
Hostel.
Is that how it's spelled?
Yeah. Instead of
it's like hotel but with an S.
I never thought about that. Damn, yeah, I guess it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's hotel with an S.
Yeah, I probably won't bring my Switch. I don't plan on having that much downtime really, except for on the plane.
Yeah, that's really why you'd bring it. Otherwise,
I would rather watch movies though. I think
you can watch 100 movies.
Yeah. Okay, what else did you play?
We played Minecraft. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I finished Overcooked 2 with Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Overcooked the first one that you talked about like last week? Or the
I think
before?
I mentioned we beat that and we were playing Overcooked 2, so we finished the main story of Overcooked 2. But there's a new game plus. They added new game plus.
Is that not online?
Yeah,
or is it?
Overcooked 2 is online. They added online.
You played it without me.
What do you mean?
Wow.
You don't have it.
I do.
No, you have Overcooked.
I thought it was 2.
No, the PlayStation Plus game was Overcooked.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I thought it was Overcooked.
So they get everybody hooked. And
got it.
No, Overcooked 2 is brand new.
Well, I know, but
and I've always wanted to get Overcooked, and especially Overcooked 2. But I was like, well, I'm not going to get that before I play the first Overcooked.
Right.
But then I was like, but why would I buy the old first Overcooked when it's old?
When you have this new version.
when there's a new one, should I just get the new one?
But then it was free.
And so I was stuck in this limbo, and then I was like, free, boom. Oh my God, I can get Overcooked. Then I will buy Overcooked 2. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Because I know it's going to be worth it. And there's like 3 DLC packs now that we've beaten the main story that I'll get over time, but
cool.
They all cost money.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do New Game Plus first.
What does that mean?
So New Game Plus is where you finish it, and then you can start a new game, keeping what you earned or had before.
Yeah.
And so in this case, it's essentially just go around, and they added an additional star you could earn. So you have to like try to get 3 stars on every level.
Yeah.
Now there's 4 stars.
Gotcha.
And it's like even higher points, so I'm terrified because it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
But oh my God.
Did you get 3 stars on everything the first time?
100%. We don't move on unless we get 3 stars.
How hard was that? It looks really difficult. Eventually.
I'm not gonna lie, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're pretty good.
Do they cater the levels like so you can have 2 or more people?
You can play 1 or 4 on every single level.
Okay. And it like changes it slightly depending on how many people?
We've only done 2 people. I hear the more you add, the more difficult it's gonna get because you have more people, so they're gonna force you to
more
have
stuff to manage.
You're gonna have to cooperate even better.
Right.
So that's why we need a place, but we can start with the first one.
Okay. Yeah.
But that would be local. So unless you want to buy Overcooked 2. But then
let's play the first one and see.
It's more fun in person. We can even just play Overcooked 2.
Okay.
Like in person.
That's true. Yeah, I don't need to play like
local.
all of them, I don't think.
No.
Minecraft, yeah. You blew my mind with a thing that you built in Minecraft. We're not going to get into details because it's not for you guys to see yet.
Yeah,
but
I got hooked again.
Did you do more?
Yeah, I did more.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I did more.
You created like my favorite area I've ever seen in all of Minecraft.
And you created one of my favorite spots in our world.
Yeah.
I'm trying to push the needle on certain areas so that it's easier to finish.
Right.
So I did that in a couple places. A lot of like little things, and then I did some flying around and visualizing.
Found some areas that need some help.
We're good. We're solid.
Yeah.
To lock up this first.
I'm down. Like I would love to get this ball rolling.
There's one more area, solid large area that needs to be built.
Okay.
And that's the last one.
I'm excited.
But I think it's a cool enough area that we'll want to get that knocked out.
So we're hoping by like maybe the end of the year we can have something.
Oh, and I mentioned her nieces.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's a great idea.
Yeah. To play the world.
Oh, I
the adventure
definitely
map.
By the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah, easily by the end of the year.
Okay, cool. We're being so vague.
But I was also,
But we have to.
No. I mean, we're just talking about building. But it's just the thing about Minecraft is I'm like, oh my God, I just did all of this. I could have beaten Abzu. 2 hours. Knocked it out.
Minecraft is not a waste of time, though.
And that's, at the end of the day, I'm like, this is what I wanted to do.
Even if you could have been doing something else, like, it's still such a great experience.
And I was able to do that and knock some, like, podcasts and other stuff that I was watching out.
Yeah.
And so
exactly.
I was like, that's what I want to do, so that's what I'm going to do. It doesn't require such a attention investment.
Right.
But, yeah, that's the gist there.
I did not get time to play Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
That's another reason I was hoping we could maybe do this Wednesday, but I'll just do it next.
Yeah,
I'll find time.
Use the next 2 weeks.
I played a little bit of CTR with my dad. That was fun.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Does he remember?
He remembers how frustrating it is.
That's actually something, because I didn't remember how frustrating it was.
It came back to him how frustrating it is.
That's what I mean. I didn't remember that. I was like, was it this hard?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have felt like that. So I think that's actually something that he was like, oh yeah, I remember this was.
But it was kind of a sad experience because the last time we played was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I probably was not as good as I am now. So it was a more even competition, and it
used to be a more even competition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, like, close and fun, and when one person won, we did battles a lot. We did the battles a ton. Like, that was what we did more than almost
It was more like when we played recently.
Yeah.
And it was back and forth.
Yeah.
But you have to have those mechanics down.
Right.
And if you don't...
And also, he hasn't played a video game in forever.
That's the other thing. Think about the first race we did in CTR.
I was struggling.
We came in last, and we're like, wait, what is going on?
So
I'm assuming that's essentially what it was like.
it was, and actually, here's the interesting thing. The first thing we did was a Grand Prix, so we did four races.
Yeah.
He came in last, then fourth, then second, and then legitimately the last race was close. He was like right behind me. I slightly let him win, but he improved by like 50% each time. 8th, 4th, 2nd, and then won.
So he's good.
Yeah, he's not bad. Like he's good at
I
these
thought
games.
you were gonna say he got 8th.
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's not the way it used to be, where it was like, and maybe he was letting me win before. I don't know, but it used to be a lot closer and more even and fun.
Oh my god, I want to know now.
But yeah, it was kind of sad because I'm like, just it's not exactly the same as it used to be.
But you gotta wait, because the first day I played, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to grind. Right. I'm really gonna need to just play. I literally drove around the overworld and was just trying to get
drift around
drift
the entire
spins
thing. Yeah.
around the area that every time you like reload.
Yeah.
And you're in that little circle thing with the ramps. I was trying to tight drift around that.
Right.
I don't think I ever pulled it off, but I definitely got better.
That's a great place to practice. Except it's really annoying when you like drive in front of a door. It's like, oh, you can't do this. I know.
Oh.
I know I don't have enough stuff yet.
I went to every single one to get all those.
Does it not keep doing it?
Only did it once to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a one.
I felt like it did it more than once.
There was just a lot, because that was essentially the tutorial.
Right.
And I loved that they had that. I was like, because this feels high production value.
Right.
I don't remember. I think they had that last time.
Oh, they did. I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. But no, it feels like a modern game, which I think is really impressive.
I need to play because like I'm blown away by how much stuff there is to unlock.
That's why
I don't want to miss out on it.
Can you?
Yeah, there's stuff that's only for this Grand Prix. Maybe it won't disappear.
They'll bring it back.
I don't know. That's not the way battle passes work.
But they're not.
It's a battle pass.
They're not making up random characters like with Fortnite. Ninja, firefighter. These are like in-world characters that they have a limited supply of.
Yeah, that's true.
So like if you miss Spyro, it's like, wait,
but skins.
What?
Skins. There's like Grand Prix skins that might not come back.
See, I feel like they'll either come back, they'll bring them back. Like it's not going to be you might not be able to get it whenever you want.
Right.
But maybe each time they do a Grand Prix, they'll throw some of that stuff in there.
Maybe.
From the old season. I hope. If not, that's terrifying.
I just don't know. Like, I don't want to risk it, you know?
I want to find that out.
Right.
I need to find that out. Is there one
there's some
going
cool,
on right now?
Huh?
I haven't played since the Grand Prix started.
The Grand Prix is going. And it's not long either.
That's what makes me think they'll bring it back. Because people, still haven't bought the game. Right. This is a game they want to have legs. And through this... And so you have to assume that so half the reason they do this content release is to satisfy people that have already bought the game. But at the end of the day, you don't have to do that.
No.
People have already bought the game. So the reason you keep adding content is to get more people to buy the game.
And I can't imagine they're going to be updating this game for years and years.
I think it's going to be.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a years and years game. This is now a franchise. They're bringing in, and that's what I realized.
They're pulling in all of the CTR games
every single CTR game in this.
That's true.
This is Smash Ultimate.
Right.
Everyone is here.
Right.
Like that's
all
essentially
the tracks.
what they're doing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's new stuff coming.
Yep.
And I wouldn't.
There's already a new track, I think.
Is there?
Yeah. With this Grand Prix, I think it's a new track.
But like, add Banjo, maybe next year or
Yeah.
something. I don't know if that IP would work out that way. Probably not.
I don't know why not.
Because he was in a kart racer, but he was in a different kart racer.
And
it wasn't Crash.
And they swapped, right?
I don't think it was Crash. I don't think he's ever been in a Crash game.
I remember, for some reason,
me
Banjo
check.
being a game where they would switch roles. I feel like it might have been Crash. Because it was like one person throws stuff off the back and the other person drives.
Wait, for which game?
It was like Crash...
they did that in a Crash game?
Tag Team Racing or something. Oh, yeah.
That has to have come out after Double Dash.
Probably.
Did you play Double Dash?
I don't know. It's Mario, right?
Yeah, Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it probably was after.
Yeah, there's no way Mario Kart stole their idea. Yeah, there's no way.
Did you see that like Spyro was confirmed for the third Grand Prix?
No.
Yeah.
What's the second Grand Prix?
I forget. This one is like Egyptian or like kind of like time.
Is it still the girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still the first one.
Yeah.
I forget what the theme of the second one is, but the third one is like Spyro. No, the second one is like baby characters. Baby Crash, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's a blatant ripoff of Mario Kart, and I love it. I love it. Because that's genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, how can they get away with that? There's never been a Baby Crash.
You can't trademark baby,
that's
baby
true.
something. They can make it if they want to.
That's true. Spyro is going to be incredible. Because not only are we going to get Spyro, I'm assuming we're going to get a Spyro track.
Yep.
In one of the Spyro worlds.
Yep.
And that in the music and everything. And
so good.
That's what I can't wait for.
Yeah.
Because I don't know which one they're going to do. Probably, I'm not even going to say, I don't even know. I was going to say maybe the original, like,
the original home
world. Yeah.
It seems like they like doing sort of mixture. I don't know what the right word is. Tracks, like slices of different things combined
within
together.
One track?
Yeah.
So a Spyro highlight track. That's much better.
Yeah.
That's much better.
Because the track that they added has like a few different sort of things. Like there's a nighttime section and a daytime section.
In one track?
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
It's very weird.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's real dumb. I'm gonna play that before I say that, but that's my immediate.
It's strange, but whatever.
Okay.
I don't.
Is
mind.
that like the Stardew thing where you're both nighttime and daytime?
Thank you for bringing that up because I would have forgotten. We finally started Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
I meant to look up when it was that we tried to... I can do that real quick. Can you just briefly talk about Stardew Valley? Well, I know exactly when it was that we first tried to play it.
So I had us all get the game when it first released on Switch.
Right.
But there was no multiplayer. And once they said that there was multiplayer coming, I was like, yeah, I don't want to play this game until there's multiplayer.
I played it quite a bit.
You got in there, which I would have. I don't remember why I didn't.
In the end, I don't actually know like if I played it all that long.
Just
I did
your
27 days, but
check your Switch playtime.
Right.
Stardew is, I can already tell I'm gonna love it, and it's so much. I'm excited because I don't think I want to run around an empty virtual world with people again.
By yourself.
Right?
Yeah.
So the idea of having us in there to boost that a little bit, I'm super excited for.
It was a little bit difficult getting started. Like we didn't know exactly what to do. But
it's not the smoothest because only one person has a grandpa and the other two people just kind of appear.
Right.
But given they already had the game established and they were able to add that in, I guess I get it. Because it's not like Minecraft, even though there's Minecraft elements. There's very much a story, I believe. There's like a background path and certain things and events.
I don't remember what the end goal was supposed to be. Like, things definitely start ramping up.
Yeah. Like, I know nothing about it. And that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
Is figuring out what I've heard bits and pieces, and I've pieced together this image in my head, but I don't know if that's accurate. So
yeah. I'm excited to have more people because it was overwhelming. It was a lot of stuff to do by yourself. So if we can like give tasks to each other, that'll be really nice. Like we have roles.
Yep. So like you will be tasked with cleaning up rocks and wood.
Yep.
I will romance all the women.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. That's gonna be you. I'll clean up all the rocks and the wood.
And Maya will fish.
Do whatever she wants.
She could fish.
She could fish.
She could mine.
She does like mining.
Yep.
I don't even know what you can do in the game. So we did get a fishing rod.
That's 2 things you can do.
And you can hit stuff.
So I think we first started to try it or to play it when we went to see A Star Is Born. I remember we were getting ramen. We were waiting for a spot. We were sitting in the car. And we were about to play it, but we didn't have it updated or something like that.
Okay. So that was one of the attempts. But
that came out the first?
That came out last year.
I know.
The game came out in 2017.
Yeah.
So.
But multiplayer didn't come out then.
No. But we initially got it, and we're going to play together still.
How?
When we first bought it. Because that's why we bought it.
You mean just in the same room?
I think that's...
And playing individually?
I think that was the original plan.
Yeah.
And to, like, discover the game together. because like we'd each be doing stuff and be like, what is this? And then like kind of learn together. But now we can actually do that in a shared world, which is much better.
I think that was the plan the first night when we were sitting there, but then you never played it.
Played it. No, so that's what I'm saying. So, like,
then I was like, when can we play multiplayer? Because I knew multiplayer was on PC, but it wasn't on console.
First, but there wasn't that big a gap.
When I knew multiplayer was coming, I'm like, we need to play this together.
Yeah, that's what.
And then I forget when it came out, but I think we first attempted to do that in like November.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's just been a very long time that we've been trying to play this game.
Was that 8 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Either switches haven't been charged, the game hasn't been updated,
the switches aren't there,
have been forgotten, just people aren't available, and last night we were finally able to get together for an hour and play it, and it was fun, and I'm excited to play more of it.
No, that's going to be good, and we can do online.
Now that we've done it like together, I think we don't have to all be in the same place to play it anymore.
And that was why it was so logistically difficult, because now it can be like tonight, just like, let's play.
Yeah.
Let's do some farming.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of covers everything for games.
You want to take a quick break and get into movies and TV?
No, I don't want to take a break.
All right, let's move right along.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, we will be right back, and we're going to talk about Toy Story and Pixar movies, and I think one other thing.
Touch on the MCU a little bit.
A little bit
for next week.
We'll be right back.
Oh man, that was quite a break. Fell asleep for 4 hours.
I feel refreshed.
Super refreshed.
Oh yeah, by the way, last week we came back from our break saying it had been 3 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours this week.
We didn't even hint that was a joke.
I know. We
went along with that so hard.
The reason I went with that was because I wanted people to be impressed that we picked it back up.
That we're committed.
That we picked it back up as so smoothly. Because if you really walked away for 3 hours and came back, you'd be like, whoa, huh? Your mind would not be...
You're not in the same mindset. Just real quick before we get into it, I want to thank my dad for allowing us to not melt in this room and have it still be relatively quiet.
Yeah.
If you hear a hum or like some white noise in the background, that's because there is an air conditioning unit outside of this room being piped into this room.
That was self-installed over the weekend.
This morning.
In the morning of today.
The morning. If you don't like it, I'm going to just go ahead and say get over it, because we're not going to do it in the heat of this summer.
And for those people, I'm so sorry about that Jordan just said that, but I don't care how you feel.
And I apologize for what Ethan just said to you as well.
Yep.
Before we get into the movies topic real quick, did you watch Amazing Race? You didn't.
We've had issues. Our boxes suck because DirecTV sucks.
Yeah, it does.
And so with DirecTV sucking, the way that they suck, the internet on the main box just won't connect to the router that's right there that I put the code in. It's just like, nope. So we can't watch on demand. So I pulled it up on my laptop to stream.
Is it not on Hulu?
It is not on Hulu.
It's not.
Up to season 29, I think.
Really?
They don't have the most recent couple seasons. So I went, that's fine. We pay. I went on to stream it off their website. Found it. Pulled it up on my laptop. Plugged my HDMI in. I have not been able to transmit sound from my MacBook to a TV through HDMI, and I haven't got it fixed, so I either have to get that fixed. It's just stupid. That's all.
I'm sorry.
But I know. We really want to watch, so I'm hoping I can get it fixed tomorrow.
I hope you do.
Because this is insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully next week.
Of the 4 remaining teams, who was your favorite? Do you even know? Do you really care? Like, are you that invested?
No, I do really care.
Yeah.
I'm just not there. I'm like kind of...
Because it's been a while since you've watched it now.
Yeah, it's...
Can I remind you?
I know who it is. It's Tyler and Corey.
Uh-huh.
It's Aaron. It's Corey and Joe. No, the
husband
formerly
wife?
angry people that are now peaceful. I can't think of their names.
I can't either.
And then Nicole and Victor.
Right.
And the Afghanimals. They're still in it. Yeah.
Did you know they're?
Oh yeah,
they're from Torrance.
Yeah.
And the shorter guy.
Yeah.
His dad or his parents own New York Deli.
Yes, my grandma did tell me that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a good season. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the seasons?
No. I used to watch back at the beginning, but then
So the angry couple, you didn't see the season that they were first in?
Maybe. I don't remember that.
I did, and I remember him vividly. Like, he was...
When they showed the flashbacks, it seemed very familiar.
He was such a jerk.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much he's transformed.
No,
it's crazy.
I think they're a great example because anybody can do that.
Yeah.
And it's all about, like, it's such a great example of you don't ever have to get angry
right.
about anything because it doesn't help.
The thing I love, though, is, like, it seems completely genuine. It doesn't seem like a gimmick for the show. Not that they would do that.
No.
I truly believe like he is a different person.
I never
I didn't either.
that.
But I love how genuine he is.
You can see it that they changed their approach to life.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Because I used to like research couples after the show just to be like, are they still together? Because they would fight a lot.
Yeah.
And I saw that they were still together, and now I know like they're doing great, and like that's super.
That's what happens.
That makes me happy.
You fight when you travel.
Sure.
It's stressful.
Sure. But I also know that some couples didn't last after the show.
Yeah.
Like it has.
Well, yeah. Some people were
dating,
dating, and I always thought that was very odd.
It's a bad idea.
Like, yeah, we're gonna do this and see if we want to work it out. That is not the way to do that.
Or couples who used to date but broke up.
Yeah, what is?
And they want to see if this reconnects them.
No, it won't. It's like I can tell you that. Like, you need to be committed to the person to want to work through that stuff.
Right.
If you're on the fence, you're gonna be screw this.
Right.
This ain't worth it. Straight up.
And then you put yourself in like one of the most stressful situations possible. That's not a good combination.
Yeah. No, that's not where you test your relationship.
No,
but they clearly wanted
real life
good ratings.
Yeah,
so good for them.
Okay, so our main topic for this week. Do we want to talk about the movie first and then get into the list, or do we want to talk about it when we get there?
So the way I thought we would do it is we would start with our list.
Okay.
And address each movie as we go through it.
But there's a new movie that needs to be talked about. Do you want to just talk about when it comes out?
So the thing is if we do that, it's gonna hold a lot more time than any of the other ones.
Right. So let's just do the other ones sort of quickly. We don't need to talk about each movie for like a lengthy period of time.
Well, that's why I'm thinking maybe we talk about Toy Story.
Okay.
And then find out where it lands on our list based on like how we talked about it too. Okay. I think that might be interesting.
Okay. I don't want to give away the number, but like I want to see if you can sort of guesstimate like where I'd put it on my list based on the way I talk about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll guess both of them.
I want it to be a surprise when it comes up. Okay. Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rank all the Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Our personal favorites. Is that what we came to?
It's a personal favorite list.
Yeah.
What like for you when you think back? So the way I thought about it when I was doing my list is, and this is what I usually do. If somebody was to say, do you want to or you have to watch a movie right now?
Yeah.
What would you pick over other movies?
I thought of it similarly. I thought like if I could only have one of these movies for the rest of my life.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just keep adding it on.
And then you just kind of adjust it based on that scale, and you can kind of figure
my
it
list
out.
Is pretty close. I think I might like flip flop a couple.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Like it's pretty close to final.
Like yeah. So Toy Story.
Are we gonna start with Toy Story?
Yeah.
We are, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick it off? How was it? Your experience.
The experience, or how did I like the movie? Experience was good.
It
was a full theater.
Okay.
Ranging from all ages, like adults to teenagers to little kids who weren't disruptive.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing about the experience detracted from the movie whatsoever, which is exactly what I wanted. It was just me and the movie.
And that's I had the same ability to do that.
Yeah.
But it was an empty theater. Relatively. There were kids that were like, what is that? What is that? What is that? But only at the beginning, only a couple times, and each time it attempted, the parents shut it down. And so that's why I think I heard it multiple times, because it was different parents shutting different children down, but then that stayed for the whole movie.
Yeah. Also, in some ways, that can be like cute. Because like kids are gonna love it, you know.
I remember being a kid and doing that, so it's like I'm not.
I don't mind little kids chatting a little bit.
Yeah,
it's babies crying.
Get out of the theater.
And adults who don't like who just have a conversation. It's like, what are you doing here?
The people behind us, I think, I knew they were there.
Yeah,
but for whatever reason, if I think back on it, didn't bother me.
Was it with you that I shushed people.
Oh yeah,
it was Godzilla, right?
It was Godzilla.
Yeah.
I was ready to do that too.
Shut up. I don't even care if it's a movie I don't care about. I didn't care about Godzilla at that moment when we were watching it. Shut up. What are you doing here?
On principle alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't go to another country.
So yeah, it was a good experience. Watching Toy Story.
That's great.
Now.
So one thing. So before you saw it, I remember you asked me. You asked me to go see it first.
Yes. I wanted your opinion because I trust your opinion.
And you were concerned.
I've been worried about Toy Story 4 for a very long time. And I've realized maybe why when I made this list.
Okay.
Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
There had been no other...
Don't give it away.
No, I'm not. What? Don't give it away.
Because I think you're hinting at where it falls on your list.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about release date. When Toy Story 3 had come out, they had not made a sequel of any other Pixar movie.
Oh, it was still only Toy Story 2.
Also, Toy Story 3 was in like the top half of Pixar movies. It was number 11. So Pixar was like...
What do you mean top half?
Roughly top. There's 21 Pixar movies. Toy Story 3 was number 11, right?
So it was the last one when it came out.
When it came out, I mean now. It was like top, it's in
the
middle.
There's 10 movies since it came out.
A lot of which have been sequels.
See, that blows my mind.
Some aren't that good.
How has there been 10 movies? Like,
I don't know.
That blows my mind.
Since those movies have come out, since Toy Story 3, I've lost trust in them making Pixar sequels.
Yes.
And then also Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending to me. So when I saw that they were making this, and then when I saw the trailer, I was very concerned because I did not want them to ruin Toy Story. Because Toy Story is perfect to me. Yeah. And I didn't want it to be tarnished at all.
And what did I say? Do you remember what I said? So I said... I didn't watch a trailer. I didn't watch
You didn't watch a single one?
I didn't watch a promo.
Wow.
I didn't... The only thing I saw was briefly, and even then I didn't want to see it, them spinning around. That whatever that cut was where they're holding hands and spinning around, and a couple pieces of key art. And before any marketing had started, years ago, I got the plot, and that was all I needed. Mm-hmm. The Return of Bo Peep. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm in. I'm good. I trust them. It has a Toy Story name. I forgot about all the other stuff they've done because honestly, I didn't even watch the last 10 Pixar movies until recently.
Interesting.
And
I remember.
I cleaned up my list because I think there was 1 or 2 movies in there that kind of pushed me away. Uh-huh. And
so you know what I mean about that, right? Like,
no. And
a little bit of faith has been lost in Pixar.
It's back. I'm back with it. I'm good. I'm back with Pixar 100%. They figured out what they needed to figure out. I also watched the documentary to understand a little bit more about their history and why they were where they were, and that helped me feel better.
Have you seen the trailer for the upcoming Pixar movie?
Yeah, I'm on board.
I'm not saying it's going to be bad.
I'm on board.
But, and I have felt this way with a lot of Pixar movies where I'm like, that's a weird world to be in.
I love it.
But it could be good. I love the voices. Every time I hear Chris Pratt's voice, I'm like, yes.
I love the concept.
Yes.
And the reason that, like, in my gut, I'm like, this is original.
It is.
And every time Pixar does something original, it works.
I just wait for Pixar
typically.
Because in the trailers, you don't understand what the lesson of a movie is going to be.
Nope.
Pixar movies have a lesson.
Yep.
They have a moral. They have, like, some hard-hitting stuff. And I'm not getting that from this trailer yet, but I understand that. Like, it will come for this upcoming movie. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, so that's not what hooks people.
Right.
That is what makes people, because the majority of moviegoers aren't doing a podcast or even thinking about a movie after they leave the theater. The majority of people,
in one eye
it goes
and out the other.
in and out.
Right.
And so
movies sit with me.
Me too. They experience what they do, that magic, that lesson, I almost feel like without realizing it. And come out being like, that was really good, but they don't understand why.
Yeah.
And so a trailer doesn't have to evoke that. It's just hook. Just hook to get somebody into the theater and let the Pixar magic do its work. I saw a joke that, like, Pixar has become, over the years, their goal is now, how do we make adults cry more and more? And they know how to do it now. Like, it's clear that they're kind of, like, leaning into that.
Yeah. I'm okay with
on the surface, and I think that is a result of just how good they are at storytelling.
Yeah. since I was the skeptic,
Yeah.
Can I jump into this real quick?
I'm trying to think. Was there? I think you're good to go. I'm trying to think if there's one other thing I was gonna say. Yeah. Go ahead.
You had mentioned once you saw the plot about Bo Peep coming back,
yes.
right? So when I heard that, I didn't really understand it. And like, why wasn't she in the third one? Why is she back now? Like, I had these questions in my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Also, I don't want to spoil it.
Spoil what?
I don't want to talk about like too many spoilers. Like, or should we?
This is going to be the start of the spoiler zone.
Or should we talk about the spoiler stuff after?
No.
What I was going to say, I'm going to talk about because it's the beginning of the movie.
What do you constitute spoilers?
The end.
We got to talk about that. That's like the crux of
We will, but at the end, when like people can leave and there's not something after. Do you know what I mean?
Do the whole list and then go back and talk about the end of Toy Story? Because that doesn't work.
Why not?
Because I'm in the movie now. I'm in the beginning of the movie. So that's why like we got to have like a flashing spoiler warning.
Okay, wherever you're listening to this, look at the description. I'm going to try and put the time when we get back into the list.
We will at least add time codes for the spoiler zone.
At the very least.
That's what we'll do.
Okay, so we're not going to hold back.
So yeah. And I think we've given plenty of warning to pause it and check the time code.
Check the time code if you haven't seen Toy Story 4 because we're going to spoil it right now.
Yep.
That first scene, I've never been more like swept away. Like, holy crap, I'm in.
The retrospective?
I was already crying
Yeah.
after the first scene. It was heartbreaking. Like, it was stunning. The visuals were stunning. It was raining. Bo Peep is disappearing. She's like, come with me.
That part.
And
the
part where he thought about it.
Yeah.
And realized he's like, no, I'm Andy's toy.
Yeah.
I was already...
It's ridiculous.
Hard crying. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And then it didn't slow down from there. I was nervous about Forky.
So was I.
Loved him.
Because I'd only seen bits and pieces. And again, so this is why my approach is to not consume anything. I went with the gut trust, and it paid off. Because this was the one other thing I wanted to say in terms of the marketing.
Yeah.
And I hope this doesn't come off the wrong way. But I felt like they were pushing Bo Peep's change a little hard in terms of I'm a woman.
Right.
And I can do anything.
Yeah.
Because there's two ways to do that. And there's the genuine way to do that and show it without pushing it in your face. And then there's the
trying too hard.
We're not evoking it naturally.
Yeah.
We're just saying it.
Well, and also doing it just to fit in.
To fit in, right? And fit that narrative.
But it worked here.
And so I was nervous about, and that's why I didn't consume it. I'm like, I'm going to back off.
Yeah.
I'm going to let the movie because the movie is the product. The trailer is not the product. The marketing is not the product. What I'm judging in terms of execution is the movie, and the way that they set her story up was beautiful.
The interesting thing is I didn't even realize that's like what she was. I didn't realize she was so like independent. I thought she was stuck in the store for all this time.
Yeah.
From what I had seen.
Yeah.
She was out doing whatever she wanted to do. Yeah. And killing it.
Oh yeah.
And it made sense because she's been by herself for like 10 years or something.
Because I'm a woman.
No.
She had
to.
Because this was my circumstance and I survived and it ended up becoming the crux of the movie.
Right.
Which is genius.
Yeah.
But yeah, execution was flawless. Like I never thought about that once during the movie, and I knew that was going to be the case.
I had misgivings from the trailers, like I said, Forky being one of them. The whole store, like, and the creepiness of it, like I didn't know if I was down for that. You didn't know about that.
I didn't even know about the store, which I think is so interesting.
But I enjoyed it. It was really good.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
So should we go beat by beat? So there was the intro, which was amazing. For the first I don't even know. The movie just went. Time didn't exist.
Mm-mm.
And I knew what was happening. And so I didn't get emotional until the end. Because I knew what was happening.
I'm really gullible.
And
I don't know if gullible is the right word. I don't pick up on things that are playing out.
So in terms of I knew what was happening, what I mean by that is this is the last Toy Story movie. There was, I'm not going to say it now, so many other things that I didn't connect in my head until later. But I was trying to figure out its beat. So 3 was the daycare.
Right.
And the transition from Andy to Bonnie.
Right.
And I was like, what is this one? Is it just, are they just throwing another story out there about Bo Peep? And I was like, no. Oh, this is a Woody movie. Mm-hmm. And that was when I was hooked.
Mm-hmm. Because he's gone through a lot.
Yeah.
He's gone from being the favorite toy.
Yep.
To being the shared favorite toy.
Yep. To
Andy not needing them anymore.
One more in there. To being an icon. A collectible icon.
Oh yeah.
That's a significant
that's right.
wrinkle there. In terms of
his
realization of like what I am.
Right.
But so where were we?
Well, so jumping off of that, like when it transitioned from him to Bonnie, not that it was Bonnie's fault, but like I was kind of mad at her. I'm like, why have you done this? Like you've taken
in 3?
Yeah.
In 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I didn't have a connection to Bonnie. I'm like,
yep.
You don't deserve these toys.
Yep.
Like I can't believe this. And wow, they made me love Bonnie.
In this movie.
So she's so cute.
Guess what?
Yeah.
This is why I know you had always said 3 was the perfect ending. Mm-hmm. I never felt like that.
Really?
I could see it. I could see why for me on paper it was a perfect ending, but for some reason in my heart it was still open-ended.
Interesting. I don't actually,
and I think because I hadn't thought about it, you saying the Bonnie thing is why. Because I'm like, so he's just gone from Andy now?
Right.
Like, and that was super sad. But I'm like, and so now he's gonna spend forever with Bonnie? Okay, happy forever with another child, and that was the ending.
That's an interesting point.
I was mixed there.
When I'm thinking about it, to me, perfect ending has 2 meanings.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's the way I wish it had ended, but it is a good wrap-up of the saga.
And that's why I saw it. I saw that was a clean
break. Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But this will reflect on my list.
Uh-huh.
I need to watch Toy Story 3 a couple more times.
Yeah.
I think I may have only seen it in theaters.
I think I've seen it twice.
I don't rewatch a lot of movies.
I don't either.
Unless...
I don't really like rewatching movies.
Star Wars is probably the only thing I've watched 100 times.
And there's some movies that me and my dad just love.
I could start talking about Star Wars. Like, I just want to watch Star Wars. Like, I just want to watch it over and over and over and over and over.
I don't care what people think. My dad and I love National Treasure. We'll turn that on and watch that all the time.
I did that earlier this year.
With National Treasure?
I was like, I want to watch something. Like, I need something in my soul to watch right now.
Yeah.
And somehow National Treasure came in, and I ended up watching National Treasure I just watched it stayed up way too late.
Yeah.
It was like I need a movie to go to bed.
Yeah.
And then I watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need to watch Book of Secrets.
Yeah.
But it wasn't available.
Uh-huh.
And so I still haven't.
You haven't seen it?
I still haven't watched.
It's not quite as good.
I still haven't. That's the Mount Rushmore one, right?
Yes.
So I still haven't watched that since I did that National Treasure thing.
Right.
But that movie's amazing.
My dad and I love that movie. Like, we will turn that on anytime.
There's a special place there.
Yeah.
When that movie came out and seeing it and the timing and everything.
Yeah.
It's also like Uncharted.
Uh-huh.
And Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And I love all that kind of stuff. It's treasure hunting.
I love. It's like, treasure hunting. I love one clue that leads to the next. Yeah. That's why I love the Da Vinci Code.
So, I've always wanted to watch that because I was never going to read those books. I started it and I was like, this is dark.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It just gets worse.
I wanted a feel-good movie.
The second one is darker. Same thing. It's one clue that leads to the next. The third one is just kind of horrific.
Yeah.
And not really any clues. The third one sucks.
Okay, so
but 1 and 2 are good.
That's a question mark. Now, and if you're wondering the reation we brought up the Da Vinci Code, it is the Tom Hanks connection.
Tom Hanks.
That's why we brought that up.
Back. Yeah.
So we're gonna
Woody.
Yeah, we're back to Woody and Toy Story. Yeah. We were talking about 3.
Yeah.
And the ending, and
how's his Woody story?
Did not know how they were gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I trusted they'd find a way because if you make a bad Toy Story movie, Pixar's dead.
Oh yeah. That's not good.
That's the end.
Yep.
And as we had said, they'd made some bad movies. I think, to add to my confidence, I realized they figured out what they did wrong.
With what?
in the
Other
last
movies?
few years because there were some absolute gems in there. And I think the fact that their now projected future is all originals, because that stuff means that was planned years ago.
Right.
While all the
bad stuff
negative
was
feedback.
happening. Yeah.
So now we're gonna in the next few years see the results. That's why I'm confident about Onward.
Onward, yes.
Because I think they figured out what they did wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. Toy Story 4 wasn't prepared. Kind of just bring it on, and floored, obviously.
Let's just hit like kind of some points, like Forky.
So I was gonna say Forky is where you tie it in with realizing it's a Woody movie.
Right.
I wouldn't even say it was until like the second or third scene maybe with Forky.
When they're walking on the road.
That was when it really hit, honestly, that it was a Woody movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Woody's learning a little bit of stuff talking to him as well.
Yeah. This movie was loaded.
Oh,
I was like, hour and 40-minute movie felt like a 2.5 hour movie.
It was
in terms of what
in the best way.
In the greatest way.
Yeah.
Like
it was rich. Like it had so much going on.
Every second, every moment, every frame, every scene was every character. You're always worried about new characters. What were their names?
Which ones?
The stuffed animals.
So this is where we're going to start to differ. I don't remember. I didn't like them very much.
And I totally know why. But we
not because I'm racist.
No.
I like Key and Peele.
Is that who it was?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I love him even more. That's why it worked.
I just thought they were annoying.
And I thought they were the most genius.
I think I need to relax because there's going to be different toys.
They're so not Toy Story.
Right.
And that's why I loved them. Because that's what Toy Story is capable of. Is going outside of what you're used to.
Right.
Because, I was like, whoa.
They were one of the things I hated originally from the trailers.
And I never saw them in the trailers.
Yeah, they were.
So I'm like, who are these guys?
And I will admit, I think I'm being unfair because in one of the trailers, it's them and like I think Woody and Buzz, and it's like a meta trailer. They're talking about Toy Story. I'm like, I hate this.
I hate meta trailers.
I hate this so much. And they shouldn't know what Toy Story is.
If I had seen them in the trailer, I would not have wanted to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't do trailers with certain things, because seeing it in the trailer without the context of the new movie and how they're introducing it, you'd be like, this isn't Toy Story.
Right.
Why are they putting in this new thing to try to modernize Toy Story? When in reality, I think the way they introduced them through Buzz, which was key.
Yeah.
Key.
Yeah.
Because he's established and loved. And they definitely pushed it.
Yeah, I will admit they made me laugh. They were funny.
It took a moment or two where I was like, huh, okay, but they were going for this.
Yeah,
and then I was laughing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh no, I love these guys. I keep laughing.
This movie was hilarious.
It was so. I laughed the entire time.
It was so funny.
I laughed the entire time, and not like there's stupid comedy movies where you laugh the whole time.
Yeah,
but that wasn't what this was.
No,
it was genuine.
It was
like
just great dialogue.
Yeah.
Duke Kaboom. Oh my God.
He was great. I know.
Keanu Reeves is like...
You're kidding me.
He should just...
I don't look up voice actors.
Are you... What?
I don't...
You need to know who's in movies.
So historically, I don't want to know because I just see them.
You still don't know who was in...
I saw.
Okay.
Christian Bale. Couldn't believe it. I saw that. I was like... Oh, that's who Jordan was wondering about.
Howl's Moving Castle, just for anyone who's wondering.
But so because I really struggle with when I know who it is, I only see their face.
I can look past it.
I genuinely struggle with that.
Yeah.
Because then I only hear them and I don't hear the character. Because I want a character to just be a character. Like there were a couple moments in this movie where I'm like Tom Hanks, and I shut it down because it's Woody. Yeah. It isn't Tom Hanks playing Woody. It's Woody. Tom Hanks is dead. He doesn't exist.
That's true.
Woody.
He doesn't. Yeah.
I
get what you're saying.
And so,
but I really appreciate voice acting.
No, and I'm glad that you told me about both of those.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, Keanu Reeves.
Also, I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me?
If that ruins it for you.
No, that's amazing.
I didn't know that you didn't like that, but yeah. Keanu Reeves is killing life right now.
I can't even picture him. Oh yeah, 2019 is the year of Keanu. Add that. No, there's a petition to get him Life magazine or Time magazine.
I would love that.
Person of the year.
He's such a Incredible Human.
And is Bill and Ted this year or next year? Oh, okay.
I think they started filming it recently.
Okay, I saw the picture.
Yeah,
it looked pretty good. We should stay on Toy Story.
We still need to see the second one. Yeah.
So I know earlier you mentioned this movie made you fall in love with Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Andy who? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, it's always Andy first. Right. But wow.
Well, and interestingly, like she doesn't even really love like our toys.
Nope.
Do you know what I mean? Yep. Like the toys that we have a connection with.
She's a kid.
Yeah.
She makes you remember when you were a kid.
Right.
And throughout this whole movie, I was just like, oh my god, yeah. I kept thinking of like, oh yeah, a toy. If I'd lost that, it wasn't Forky. It was a real toy, but still.
When Woody was with her in preschool and he's running around like throwing the stuff up there, first of all, love Woody to death for the rest of my life.
Is he not the most incredible thing?
He's amazing.
Oh my god.
And I love her. Like, I felt so bad for her that she was alone and like scared to interact with people.
Everybody can relate to that.
Yeah.
I was actually shocked she went away from her parent. I definitely had to be pried off of my mother, I'm pretty sure.
Teacher of the year right there, getting her away from the...
Dude, that teacher, I was like, whoo, that is why you are a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, that's a gift.
Yeah, I couldn't be that person.
No.
So the whole... I really wondered what Forky's angle was going to be. And... it even took me a second, but... like, it also made sense.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he wanted to be in a trash can.
Yeah.
That's where he felt comfortable, because that's where he was supposed to be.
That went on a little bit too long.
I agree, but
it was hilarious.
I think there was a reason.
It was really fun.
They really
had to drive it home.
They really had to drive it home.
Yeah.
So I agree, they went overboard on that, but I think that was to like be like, oh my... to make you feel were you exhausted? I was exhausted.
Yeah. I'm like, I get it. He's trash.
And Woody was tired. He was so exhausted, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm just sitting in the theater. Like,
and he was doing that.
Literally laying in the trash can, throwing him back up on the bed every 2 seconds.
Yeah. He was doing that so Bonnie would have her toy.
Yeah.
Knowing that she didn't care about him. He's so loyal.
That's next level.
Ugh.
It's hard to quantify Woody after this movie.
What was her name? Gabby? Gabby?
Gabby?
Gabby. That was her name, I think.
Man. You want to talk about her a little bit?
I realized in this movie that every Toy Story movie has had a villain, which I didn't necessarily process before, but they have. She was the villain in this movie. She wants...
Who was the villain in 1?
Sid.
Human.
Right.
Who was the villain in 2?
The Prospector.
Yes. Who was the villain in 3?
The bear.
What was his name? Lotso?
Lotso.
Oh my god, how did I...
That was really cool how that came out.
I was trying to think of it and I couldn't think of it.
Lotso. Yeah.
Lotso. He freaked me out.
I did feel bad for him.
I think they tried to do that at one point, but I remember not feeling bad for him.
He was semi-sympathetic. If things had gone differently for him, like in his life, he wouldn't... I don't exactly remember what his issue was, but like some of his problems were like justifiable. But
he's
like, no, you belong here. You don't belong with kids. Sort of Thanos. He's like, Thanos. I don't get a kid, so you don't get a kid.
At the end of the day, he was still evil.
Yes.
Much like Thanos.
Yes.
So when Gabby showed up, I'm like, okay, we got another Lotso.
Yeah.
I was very unsettled at that point. I was like, oh god, something. Especially when I realized it was the voice box that she wanted.
So she's asking Woody when he arrives at the store, like when he was made, because she wants to know what voice box he has. She's like, oh, we had the same one because mine was defective or something. My disc works, but my voice box is broken. And you're like, uh-oh.
That was how they did horror in this movie. It wasn't like, I have a knife and I'm going to kill you right now. It was a lot of...
You're just worried for a character that you love.
Like deeper stuff, like, ooh, I'm worried about Woody.
Yeah.
And that's where the fear comes from. One other note I do say is when I realized it was a Woody movie and the other toys were...
Side characters.
Even Buzz. That was a little hard for me at first.
One thing I had heard from a podcast I listened to, they didn't spoil the movie, but they said that like it's sad how little Buzz is in this movie. Which, he's not in it, like...
So that was my fear at first. I actually think he was in it good enough.
He was in it, but he's not a main character.
And that's okay. There were 3 other movies. The first movie arguably focused on him the most.
Yeah.
And I like that this one focused on Woody more.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of toys. I mean, like, it can't be...
And at the end of the day, Woody and Buzz, Woody and Buzz, Woody.
Woody's first.
It's Woody.
Yeah.
When you think Toy Story, he's who pops into your head.
Right.
Period.
Right.
The second movie was about Woody
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. So I think this was the correct decision to wrap this up. And
he was a great catalyst for making everything else happen around it.
Including my favorite friggin' part with the inner voice. Because Woody gives this sincere, heartfelt, you're a human in a toy inner voice. And Buzz is like,
I know I have a voice box.
This thing that talks. And to me, that was the biggest separator between the characters.
Mm-hmm. But it was also Buzz sort of starting to slightly get into the end. It was Buzz learning to take charge.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Woody was the leader.
Always.
Buzz is a great companion,
what do you need me to do?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
But this was Buzz okay, what do I need to do right now?
Yeah.
How do I... Not that he's not good at helping or
he never
fixing things.
had to think that way.
He had to lead the group into saving Woody and Forky.
They nailed it. So, and then the other thing they did in this movie was Bonnie's parents were big characters, and I love how they handled them.
One of
the unicorn, really determined to send Dad to jail. I was like, oh my god, okay, this is genius.
Yeah.
There's so much in this movie. Again, we can't cover it all.
The last thing that, not the last thing, but
Before
another
the last
moment
thing.
that made me cry was Gabby. You realize Gabby didn't have evil motives.
Mm-mm.
She just wanted to be loved by a human.
No point.
The whole movie, they're showing that there's one kid that she wants to be her toy.
Yep.
And she does get Woody's voice box because he volunteers to give it to her. If she'll let Forky go and let her go to Bonnie. She gets the voice box, and when the kid denies her, it was heartbreaking.
I had a feeling it was coming.
I did too.
Not initially.
It was too easy.
It was too easy, right?
Yeah.
I just realized something, though. Because Gabby is definitely not Thanos.
No.
Not only is Lotso Thanos, both in terms of his justified thought process was flawed because of personal experience, he's also purple. So he is literally Thanos, and I'm going to create a meme.
Lotso's Thanos.
Because he is 100% Thanos.
Yeah.
And if you gave him an opportunity to snap a glove away of whatever he wanted to snap,
He would have done it.
he would have done it. Gabby wouldn't have. She'd be like, I want a voice box. That's
Right.
what I want for love.
Right.
That was her motivation. She never had
And
anything.
I loved that they redeemed her.
They definitely redeemed her.
And then...
Which boosted Woody, too.
Yes, it motivated him. He's like, I have a kid for you. Let's go to Bonnie. Come with us.
And to add on that, not just a motive in that situation, but now a life purpose.
Yep.
So, the biggest thread hinted at the beginning, right? And you mentioned that, how they introed it with that scene.
Yep.
So Maya, because we were both emotional at the end.
Yeah.
I talked to her after. I said, what was it for you? She said and I was surprised. She said their love story. Woody and Bo Peep.
Uh-huh.
That was not what had me going. I never really got hooked by that.
Nope.
Because I knew that I didn't know. So I have to say, I did think Bo Peep was going to go be Bonnie's toy too. For a period.
Uh-huh.
I know that was counter to who she had become.
Right.
And so I wasn't confident there. But I knew they were going to end up together. What I had not thought about, what I had not even considered, and why Toy Story 4 is the ending and not Toy Story 3, is that this was the ending of Woody and Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Buzz was saying, I know you're leaving.
Yeah.
That went to 3-year-old me in 1995, and that brought it full circle. And I've never cried that hard in a movie ever. I don't think anything, really, ever. I couldn't stop myself. I couldn't, and it was so on my mind. I don't even know how to describe it. I was a child again.
Yeah.
Realizing, oh my God, 24 years have passed, and this is officially, they're not going to be together forever. 3 ended, and everybody was happy and together forever. It was almost too good to be true.
Yeah. They did.
I know.
So here's where I am. I understand not everything can be happy and perfect all the time, but this was exactly what I didn't want. I did not want this.
No.
This is a fantastic movie. It is almost a perfect movie.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't happen.
Really?
I'm really upset about it, yeah. I get it. It's a great story. It's realistic.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I just wish it wasn't in my mind. Because as iconic as Woody is,
yeah.
Woody and Buzz as a duo is almost unmatched.
Yeah.
And now they're not together anymore. With little chance of them ever finding each other again.
No, they're not ever going to.
I'm not saying they're going to make a movie, but like just in that universe,
No.
I can't see how they're going to find each other again.
One, they're not going to be together, and two, I don't think they should.
And that breaks my heart.
And that's why it matters, though.
I know.
Because sometimes that is the right thing. Even though it's not what you want in your heart.
Yeah.
Both of them, for Woody, he had lost. So, in going back to the beginning of the movie, Buzz is ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
I'm happy. He doesn't
have to be the favorite kid. Like
Woody's having
favorite toy,
existential crisis. Yeah. What is my purpose? I'm not supposed to be here. And their time had ended. Their time together is perfect. Perfect. To be
and it's
unmatched. And for a toy, man, they had an incredible run.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, oh, they're breaking up, I'm sad. It was knowing this is what needs to happen. And knowing that Woody... It wasn't even... the more I think about it, it wasn't even about Woody and Buzz breaking up. That was what it was on the surface. It was more about Woody. And that, as much as he's a toy, he's a person.
Oh, yeah.
They have
souls.
He's a person.
Yeah.
And this is what he needs.
I completely agree. Like, this is what's best for him. Because he was not wasting away, but, like, he wasn't really serving much of a purpose. Although he was helping Bonnie quite a bit. But
there's other
when no one
ones
else would
do that.
They weren't.
But I think they learned something from this, too.
I hope.
And right. And I hope, too. But I feel much better knowing Woody, where he is now, than where he was at the end of Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Because he's Andy's toy.
Yeah.
Andy's done.
Yeah.
Are you going to be Bonnie's toy? And then you're going to be this person's toy. And then you're going to be this person's toy. And then you're going to be this person's toy.
He's going to help other toys find their kids.
Forever. It's the
most
perfect ending you could imagine.
With the love of his life.
With the love of his life. You can't top that.
Yeah, it's.
So I so get where you're coming from.
Yeah. My dad and I wish I could have cried at the end, but I wasn't. I was shaking my head. I'm like, I cannot believe this right now. My dad was the same way. He was like, it hurts so bad.
So that's not what I was expecting. So no, that's so fascinating. Yeah, I was the most I've ever cried in a movie in my entire life, and it wasn't the romance, it wasn't the ending, it was
the love connection didn't even necessarily totally work for me. I
like
them as a duo.
Like I that was
at the very least as like friends, but and if they want to be more than that, whatever. Like, but that never really worked for me. But I like that he's with someone he's comfortable with.
It has been established.
Not really.
They retconned it.
They kind of they flirted a little bit in the first two movies.
They retconned this relationship.
Yeah,
which is fine. I couldn't shut it down. My God, I mean, I've been very fortunate to be 3 years old when the first one came out. 7 years old when the second one came out. My list will reflect this. 18 years old when the third one came out, and now 27.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
This really has mirrored my life.
Yeah,
perfectly.
That's
and Toy Story 4 is a lot of what I'm dealing with right now. And the combination of letting go of everything, and the past is in the past, and you can't do anything about that, and it is ending.
Yeah.
Woo! I might need to make some changes on my list.
Should we get into it? So we're going to share our full Pixar ranked list of our personal favorites.
My list is
changing.
Correct. No, my list is correct.
You agree we start at the bottom and work our way up?
Yes.
Do you want to do it just one at a time?
Let's go one at a time. And we can add whatever commentary we want to add. You want to go first?
You may go first.
Do you want to take a guess at what my last one is?
Okay, your list is shorter than mine, though.
21.
So have you put the movies you haven't seen at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on what I've heard.
Cars 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So I flipped that one at the end because I've heard consensusly Cars 2 is the worst.
It is.
I would actually watch Cars 3. I just haven't.
Uh-huh.
So I feel a little bit more weird about a movie I'm not super into. But if you tell me I should watch Cars 3, I'll watch Cars 3.
There's no need to watch Cars 3.
So Cars 3 is my 20. In that case.
Okay.
I'm going to add one more thing.
Uh-huh.
I had Cars at 19, and that was a weak move. I did move it up.
Okay.
What's the bottom of your list?
Let me just catch up to you. My 21 is The Good Dinosaur.
Okay.
I do not like that movie.
And that is totally okay.
It is...
I know a lot of people feel that way.
It is in my mind, the weakest Pixar movie I've seen.
Okay.
I was just like, really? This is like DreamWorks light to me. There's just like... And after I talked to you about it, I understand there is something there, but like it was just such a weak Pixar movie to me.
So my 20... So we got Cars 2 for me, Cars 3. Those are my bottom two.
My number 21 is The Good Dinosaur. My number 20 is Cars 2.
Okay.
It just wasn't good. It was.
I feel like you should put it below Good Dinosaur, but I know Cars franchise gives it the bump because it has that Cars name behind it. I know that's why it gives you the bump there.
It was like I can't think of a good example, but it's like when you just when a sequel is just so ridiculous, they're like, oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. We can do whatever we want.
That was the vibe I got.
We can race around the world, go to London and have secret agents and stuff. I'm like, huh? Cars 1 was like kind of quiet and charming, and now we have James Bond and the Queen and a world race. Like, what? Whatever.
That's my personal opinions on the entire Cars franchise. But
what's your 19?
My 19 is Brave.
So is mine.
Because I only saw it one time and
I
won't watch it again.
I don't remember it. I don't even necessarily think it's that bad of a movie, but it just didn't stick enough.
Yeah.
And I think that reflects...
Okay.
Compared to the rest of the Pixar movies, I think that reflects like where it should be.
What is your 18?
Cars 3.
Okay, that's not mine.
I know, yours is already on there.
Do you want to know what mine is?
Yeah.
Monsters University. That's my 18.
I get you.
My 17?
Just real quick.
Yeah.
There's a definitive like bottom half and top half for me. Like, I'll tell you when I get there. I'm like, at a certain point, I'm like, it's hard to rank at this point. Like, as because there are... Just
as a preface, Pixar is an incredible company.
Yes.
Just because something's towards the bottom doesn't mean it's bad.
Not at all.
And that goes for MCU as well.
It's not Incredibles. Monsters U is a good movie.
I didn't like it.
I did enjoy it.
I put it above these other ones because it met the Pixar standards. So the reason I didn't enjoy it, though, and again, this is a personal thing, is because we're in college.
I know.
And this is what college is like.
It's a bit cliche.
And all I'm thinking is, no.
But I liked the whole like
we're in
Randall
college,
thing.
But we're not actually partying.
We're drinking juice
and stuff. So that was what I struggled with as an overall concept. But I loved seeing the backstory to everybody at the same time.
If they had made a Monster sequel, I think I would have liked it less.
They're doing that, right?
Are they?
With the TV show on Disney Plus. I'm so
hyped. That could work.
No, it's perfect.
That'll be good.
It's so... To me, Monsters University, but you don't need to exist. Monsters, Inc. ends, and you tell me 20-something years later I'm getting a TV show to give me more adventures in this world?
Getting back to voice actors, though, it has to be John Goodman and Billy Crystal. It has to be.
No, they only do it if it's them.
It has to be, though.
Yeah, I'm
just saying. Like,
Pixar doesn't watch
it if it's not them.
Pixar doesn't switch voice actors.
Okay, good.
So, we're through 18? Your 18 was...
Cars 3.
Cars 3.
Your 18 was Monsters
University.
Do you want to do your 17?
Cars.
Okay.
I enjoyed that movie. Okay. I've only seen it once.
Yep.
I've never watched it again.
I'm at least happy you said you enjoyed it.
No, I wouldn't. I have nothing bad to say about that movie.
You just don't think it fits.
All my opinion... Not even that. All my opinions on the universe have come later.
Uh-huh.
Everything
the
above
Cars
it...
universe or the Pixar universe?
Cars universe.
Okay.
Everything above it, I enjoyed more. Like, I would consider 18 my bottom. Monsters University.
Okay.
In terms of movies I enjoyed.
I get what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
the first one as an original idea when that came out in what 2005.
Which one?
Cars.
2006.
I was gonna say 2006. So 2006, I saw it on a whim with my cousin who wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to see it. He was like, it was like we went with like our parents. And like, so it was like the parents picked a movie, the kids picked a movie. We went and saw Cars. Wasn't my choice. I enjoyed it.
Also, I'm predisposed to like it more than you, just because of the nature of what it is.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Because it's right, like
it's a NASCAR Pixar movie.
If it was sentient basketballs,
right,
I'd be like, this is the dumbest thing ever. But it's basketball, so I love it.
Right.
Like, it would essentially be that.
Right.
So I totally get that. You're 17.
It's scandalous.
I didn't see that one.
No. I hope you can forgive me for this. I think you'll be able to. I had to.
I'm so curious.
Incredibles 2.
Oh, that's fine.
It just didn't really work for me.
No, okay. So, no, that's totally good. I was actually,
I'm not quite to my like.
No, I'm good with
movie. Like, this is a good movie, but I had to put it here. Like, I'm not quite there yet. Incredibles 2, didn't quite work.
Incredibles 2 for me, and this is what some of the modern movies are wow, this is a clean. They hit every point. This is a perfect Pixar movie.
Which one?
Incredibles 2.
2.
2 perfect.
Is it?
2 beat by beat, a little predictable.
To me, it was kind of the Cars 2, Cars 3 thing where they take a sequel and kind of like go too far with it. Like my dad and I were just talking about this the other day. I didn't need more superheroes. So I just wanted more the Incredible family.
And when I think back on the Incredibles in that original movie, and I think how could they expand this before the second one come out? And I was like, what of that first movie would I want to see fleshed out? One was I wanted a direct continuation of how it ended,
which it did,
which is how it started,
which was great.
I was like, I feel like I just time traveled.
Right.
And 2 is that movie started with the history of superheroes and launched you into, and this is the modern day. And I felt like 2 brought it back, like refreshed that, which is a natural evolution of what they were hinting at in the first one.
Sure.
It's hard to do that so many years later.
Sure.
And make it feel organic. And so it felt a little contrived.
I think what my problem was is I just didn't really like the superheroes that much. They were kind of annoying.
I agree.
And silly.
It felt like a kid's movie.
Yeah.
More than a for everyone movie.
Yeah.
And even though I enjoyed it, it was like, oh, here's the guy that does the leading.
Also,
and here's his sister I'm an evil villain now. Right. It felt very much like
my other problem, and this has nothing to do with gender.
Yeah.
It just, they brought Mr. Incredible down so far. Like, he's such a...
And that's what this movie was about, though.
But, like, they just turned him into Mr. Mom, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
that he had the first movie. And so
I know, but they all could have.
They did at the end.
Of the first movie?
The second movie.
Didn't
they?
I felt like he was just kind of wasted.
If they didn't, that's dumb. But I like...
Because this is what I wanted more of the end of the first movie, where they're all working cohesively, and that's not what it was.
Yeah, and I'm okay with what they did. Because it felt like a mirror to the first movie, rather than wrap this up and
It's
grow.
not a mirror. It's the same thing over again. You know, like it
mirror.
But it didn't start with all of them. It like literally the second movie starts and he's just taking care of the baby. You know, I guess it starts with the Underminer a little bit, but like they're not not a family that just takes care of business all the time, you know, like it just jumps right
they
into
should have done
you take care of Jack because I'm gonna go be the new like coolest superhero
that's
in the world.
A good point,
and she was cool, but
no, that's a good point. They should have waited that, they should have pushed that back
a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. That would have made the movie better. It's towards the bottom of my list.
Yeah. What's your 16?
Ratatouille.
Okay.
And I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch
You're
it.
into your good movies, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, and so Ratatouille, again, one I've only seen once.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to watch it. Heard enough good things about it. I was like, I should watch this. I was like, that was a great movie.
I have seen it multiple times. I really liked that movie.
That was unique. That was different. That was fun. I should watch it again. Like, it might move up my list if I watch it again.
It's a very unique concept.
And so, full respect to Ratatouille.
Yeah.
It's just one that doesn't personally resonate, where I'm like, I don't really want to go to France right now.
Sure.
That's not the world I want to be in.
I get you.
Very much on worlds.
Yeah.
And what I want to be immersed into.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, I think why I love video games so much is because, like, I get fully immersed into a world.
Yeah.
16.
Let me hit 2 real quick, just because we already talked about this one. 16
it.
for me is Monsters U.
Okay.
15 is where I get into these movies are good. I just have to put here.
Cars.
15 for me is Inside Out.
Inside Out. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's a great movie.
It is.
Caught me off guard.
It is really good. I know when I saw it, I'm like, that was a lot better than I was expecting, but I just...
When did you see it?
In theaters.
I saw it probably... It was either earlier this year. Like, I think it was earlier this year. So it was significant amount of time. I'd heard so many... I think it was Pete Docter did that one.
Uh-huh.
But he's great. So I watched the Pixar documentary on all these directors, and
I can check.
It's fascinating to go back and see the movies I like tied to similar directors.
Pete Docter.
And I think he did Up, too.
I also did a list of directors.
Really?
Yep.
Of the Pixar directors?
Yep.
And why didn't you tell me that? I would have done that.
I wanted to surprise you with this.
So,
what's your...
15?
Let's do like 2 at a time. Yeah, what's your 15 and 14?
I'll do 15, 14, because we've done them both.
Yeah.
So, 15 is Good Dinosaur.
Okay.
Because I love dinosaurs and that theory. 14, Incredibles 2.
So far, we're more similar than I thought. We're kind of close.
Even put Incredibles 2 down a little bit, now that I think about it. What is your 13? Or wait.
Yeah. Oh, no, 14.
Because I did 2.
Yeah, so my 14 is Finding Dory.
My 13 is Finding Dory.
Okay. My 13 is Ratatouille.
So we're clear through 13.
We're not quite.
You have one that I have.
I haven't mentioned one of yours yet. 14, Finding Dory. And is great.
So that was one where I really wanted to see it. I missed it. That was in the midst of all the Pixar sequels, so I wasn't really into Pixar.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really confident. And I was.
It was like Pixar was taking a break and cranking out their like
how
straight to VHS kind of movies.
So what I did was I waited and found out. Wait, there's all these great Pixar movies that still exist.
Yeah.
And I could enjoy them with a fresh mind.
That's cool.
And a hopeful heart.
Yeah.
That it's the real Pixar at work.
And it was a bit goofy.
It was definitely goofy.
But, dude, that Dory moment at the end.
It made me fall in love with it over the course of the movie.
Yes.
Because I didn't know what the plot was going to be. I love that it took place in the...
Aquarium.
Mm-hmm. And that we got to see... I love aquariums, too.
I do. I love aquariums. I just watched how did the graphics of Pixar evolve over 10 years, and they talked that octopus was one of the most difficult things they created, and I don't remember the details, but it was like hundreds of hours. I remember Sully was a big deal too.
Movement.
Oh yeah.
Sully was the other big deal with the fur.
Yeah.
But I honestly think they were able to figure that out easier than the friggin' octopus.
Yeah.
Which surprised me. What's your 12?
I don't want to. I'll let you go.
You want me to do?
Or
My 12 is Coco. I loved that movie.
Okay.
And again, this might still move. Problem with Coco. I watched it with some other people present. And I think I told you this.
That hurts.
Who were talking.
Yep.
And undercutting all the emotional moments. So the only reason it is because I know I know the movie's incredible, but I haven't connected with it yet.
Yeah.
So that's why it's lower.
I get it.
But I would
That's
to just speak out to why it's there.
I get you.
What's your 12?
It's because it hurts so bad. Toy Story 4. It hurt me too bad. It is a...
Gutted.
If we're talking about quality...
Yeah.
It's near the top, if not at the top.
And that's why we're doing
this
this
But if we're talking about my favorites... It's at 12.
Okay, well now we need to hurry up so that we can get to
the
where
top.
I've got it.
Okay. 11 for you?
Inside Out.
Okay.
That movie caught me. I enjoyed the outside more than the inside.
I don't remember how that movie ended. At all.
She runs away.
And
it's her coming back and all the emotions getting her back home and connecting and everything.
She ran away?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she got on a bus and was like all like, because she had moved, she's like, I want to go back home where my friends are.
Yeah.
Having moved,
yeah,
I could really relate to that movie.
Yeah, I get you. The main thing that I remember is Bing Bong. That's like the most memorable
He's
thing
my
for me.
least favorite part of the movie,
yeah.
But they made him tolerable enough for me and actually
it was a touching moment.
Endearing,
yeah.
To where the full circle, because he is supposed to be the child.
Annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, the annoying, like that is who he is, and I think they executed that perfectly.
Yes.
So that was what, my 11? What's your 11?
I even judged myself a little bit for this.
But you made the list. Own it.
No, I own it. And this is where it is. It is a almost perfect movie, if not a perfect movie, but Up.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, Up is one that I'm torn about. Maya loves that movie. That's like one of her favorites.
It's so good.
So
We can talk about it when you get there.
I have a few things to say about it. What's your 10?
Okay, my 10 is Bug's Life.
Oh, we don't have as big a gap as I expected.
I thought it was going to be higher.
I love that movie. I know it's not one of the. It's usually lower. When people do Pixar lists, it's towards the bottom. That movie though, like, Toy Story came out, I didn't understand. Then A Bug's Life came out. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah. Like, I remember that, like, the marketing, all of that.
I don't.
Because I was a little bit older, right?
Yeah.
And that movie resonated. Like, that one has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Like, I might even... No, it's where it needs...
That, like... In terms of, like, sticking with me, that entire movie is in my head. I can
switch.
Almost play that entire movie in my head. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I could easily.
It's just...
If you told me to quote out that...
So well done.
Yeah. So I'm making a switch right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved it up one spot.
Okay.
And I'm happy I did that.
Did you do 10?
My 10,
and
we've talked about it a little bit, Toy Story 3.
Okay.
Watched it one time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ran away from that movie emotionally because of what
was going on?
The boiler scene, honestly.
Oh.
Like, I don't think I was ready for that level of distress.
Toy Story 3 is the first movie I remember crying
in a Toy Story movie. Like, I don't think I was ready for that.
Yeah.
But it's so good, and I want to watch it again, and I will watch it again. I remember seeing it with my grandma. Like, there's special memories there.
Yeah, that movie clicked.
And I remember the ending of it. The ending is what sticks with me. The daycare stuff weirds me out a little bit, but I remember laughing a lot.
But that stuff can be forgivable if it all makes sense in the end. Yeah. You know?
And
at the time, you're like, I hate this daycare. It's kind of weird. But, like, it had to be done. Like, it had to... This had to happen. It was a great
movie.
Yeah.
And that's why it was a great movie. Okay. My 9, Monsters, Inc.
Mine is soon.
Okay.
Monsters, Inc. is soon for me.
That was a tough one for me to place. Because again...
Me too. It was almost unplaceable for me.
It was Toy Story, Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters, Inc.
Yes.
I believe that was the order.
Yes, I have the release of them here too.
Those are the 4.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, forever will be
major Pixar.
Pixar.
Yeah.
That is what started Pixar. But over time, if you were to tell me what do you want to watch, I probably wouldn't jump at Monsters, Inc.
Mine is number 8 is Monsters, Inc. for me. I'm with you. I get you.
I'm actually tempted to switch Monsters,
stick with
Inc.
Just stick with it.
But I think I'm gonna stick with it because my 8 is Up. And the reason I think I might want to switch them though is because for Up, that first half of that movie I love. Mm-hmm. The second half I don't enjoy it as much.
And that's gonna happen in a movie. It can't all be perfect.
No.
Very, very rarely can it all be perfect.
But when I think of Up, I think of the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Every time. And when it gets all crazy with Crazy Guy and the dogs and everything.
I just think of Russell and Carl.
That's really and
Doug.
That's what I think when I think of Up.
It's such a great trio.
I think about the characters and less the movie. So I think
the characters are great. It was a really cool setting. Like, it was a very beautiful, like, pretty movie.
Such an original concept.
Yeah.
So those parts were really key. Up is up there for Maya. She cries every time.
Yeah.
I starts and she cries.
If you say that's your favorite Pixar movie, totally get it.
Yep, I totally get that too.
Number 9 for me, another fan favorite. It's a little low, but Incredibles.
Okay.
That's my number 9.
Yep.
Not that I don't love it. It's so good. It was so original. It's a superhero movie. Like, it's great, but I love
first time
certain
they
movies
blew
more.
out humans.
Yes.
When they did a real human movie.
Yes.
Didn't even think about it until I was watching this
That's
thing.
an interesting point. Okay.
That's 9.
8. That was my 9. My 8 was Monsters, Inc. What's your 7?
Incredibles.
Okay. Mine is Toy Story 3.
Wow.
So we're ticking stuff off.
My 6? Bug's Life.
Mine is 6? Finding Nemo.
There it is. So that's the first next movie. That movie, I don't... Like, I remember getting the DVD and cherishing it. Mm-hmm. That movie was like... I love that movie from start to finish. Mm-hmm. Every single
There's not... Yeah. What you were saying about Up...
There's
not a dull moment
in that movie.
No.
And I think that was peak Pixar. For a long time, they regarded Finding Nemo as the bar.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of what they achieved. Mm-hmm. Also to have Ellen and the star cast that they had in there, I think was a big deal for them.
Another reason I really love that movie, and something that my dad and I share, is the composer of that movie.
Oh, okay.
So Thomas Newman, he's my dad's favorite composer.
Somewhere beneath the sea, somewhere waiting for me. The end of that movie, the song in the credits, is for whatever reason
not what I'm talking about.
I know, no, but you say composer, and I think of that song,
not soundtrack,
but
composer.
In terms of the orchestra,
the feel, and the tone of the movie. Perfect. The composer, Thomas Newman. Another movie that we were talking about, National Treasure. Another movie that my dad and I really shared and cherish is A Series of Unfortunate Events. Oh, strangely, okay. The 2004 Jim Carrey one.
Jim Carrey. Yeah. Never saw
Same
that.
composer. Just beautiful, beautiful music. He did 2 Pixar movies, I think, Finding Nemo being the first. Mm-hmm. And that's one reason that I love that movie. And we'll get to the other one, because it's my number 3.
So what am I on? I'm on 6? 6 A Bug's Life.
Uh-huh. What's your 5?
What was your 6?
Mine was Finding Nemo.
My 5 is Toy Story 4.
Okay.
I have a theme with my top 5. Okay. So starting my top 5, I put Toy Story 4 in my top 5.
Okay.
I think I explained enough why that movie hit with me so much. Yeah. What's your 5?
My 5 is Coco.
Oh, nice.
That movie is so good.
It's so good.
I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was.
It's going to rise up, I think, when I watch it again. And it's because it is another beginning to finish, flawless all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a missed beat.
Nope.
And my only thing is that I wasn't able to connect with that quite as much. Yep. I would have cried in that movie, and I wasn't able to because of what was going on.
Just I'm gonna watch everything else alone. Like, visually, it's stunning. Yep.
The music!
The music
oh my god, the music
so
in that
good.
Movie. If I would think of a Pixar movie music, Coco's number 1. Obviously, it's based on music, so it better be.
Right.
The other thing that blew my mind was when he walks into the land of the dead.
Yeah.
How they are able to render and even create that world at this point. The visuals are what hooked me on that movie.
It's a stunning movie.
I was like, we're in the future. We are in the future of Pixar.
Yep. So Coco is fantastic.
4?
Should I go?
Mine's Finding Nemo.
Okay.
So, Toy Story 4, Finding Nemo.
Uh-huh.
Again, that was a special one for me.
Yeah.
What's your 4?
Toy Story.
Nice. Yep.
It has to be in the top 5. I could justify putting it higher, but Toy Story, it's untouchable.
My 3 is Toy Story.
Okay.
Because it's classic, OG, always just guaranteed what it achieved. The fact that it's still in the top 3 for me, like, after all this time, is a testament to what
I just realized that we both still have 2 of the same
movies
left.
I'm very much realizing that.
Which I love. Okay. I
don't
know what your number 1 is.
What's your 3?
Composer Thomas Newman also did.
I already know what it's going to be then.
What is it?
No, tell me.
WALL-E.
Yeah. Because the music in that one and the feel and everything, that was the one I was stuck on.
I could put that anywhere in the top 3. Yeah. I think.
Yep.
WALL-E is so.
My top 3 are kind of locked down. So WALL-E's your 3.
WALL-E's my 3.
Toy Story's my 3.
Toy Story
is my 3.
Yeah.
WALL-E's my 2.
Okay.
And
I'm really happy that you and I both have the same Toy Story movie at the top.
Yeah.
In terms of Toy Story movies.
Yeah.
But
what's your 2?
Toy Story 2.
I don't even know what you're missing.
You do. But what's
Oh!
Toy Story 2 is your 1, right?
Oh, you still haven't brought that one up.
I know.
I just realized that.
I know.
So Toy Story 2 is the 1 for me.
I was trying to rank them.
If I think back, a lot of it comes down to the timing. So it was the evolution of Toy Story, the perfection of the format, my age. It was just everything.
Yeah.
The game. Oh my god, the game! I just remembered Toy Story 2 is one of my favorite games.
So that's the one in the attic?
The attic is the tutorial.
Right.
Game Informer just did a replay of the first 3 Toy Story games.
Yeah.
I remembered I had the original Toy Story game on PC.
I wonder if that's the one
I never played it. It's a 2D platformer, side scroller, and it's real rudimentary
I played
graphics.
The second one. It was like a full-on room and like attic and stuff.
The second one, you are Buzz Lightyear. The game, you are Buzz Lightyear, and you are it's incredible. It's just incredible.
That's the one that opens with like Buzz doing his whole like space mission thing.
No, that's
right?
the movie opens with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Toy Story 2, the movie,
love that.
opens with that. I remember... This is why Toy Story 2 is number one for me.
I was really trying to rank just Toy Story in my head. I'm like, Toy Story 2 is the most perfect Toy Story movie.
We didn't really talk about WALL-E, but we talked about Cars a little bit. We talked about WALL-E a little bit. I think Toy Story 2 is the one. It's 1-2 for us. Like, that's the one where we're really most, aligned
thing.
right there.
Yeah. Like,
Zurg! Zurg!
Oh my!
I'm gonna go play with
catch
my
with my dad.
Genius. Al's Toy Barn.
Oh.
Is my favorite place.
So cool.
Everything. If I think about toys, I think of Toy Story 2. Not Toy Story.
I do too.
If I think about toys,
Toy Story 2 is the toy movie.
I think about Toy Story 2 because it's how they're made, the collectible aspect, the toy store. They hit everything.
Yep.
They hit everything.
Yep.
And
it showed how self-sufficient they were too. Like they did stuff on like they were in an airport.
Yep. Oh, the airport
saving
scene.
People. My number one.
Can I take a guess?
You know what it is.
Planes.
I was gonna say that.
That drive on the ground.
I'm sorry. Cars is my favorite Pixar movie.
Do not apologize. You do not have to apologize.
They
made a movie for you.
Subject matter alone.
Right, they made a movie for you.
Yeah.
That's Pixar making a movie for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I just love that movie. Yeah. It's touching, the story, like from start to finish, the characters. Like, who doesn't love Mater? Even if you don't like Cars, who doesn't love Mater?
Call me crazy. I think I'd like Cars more if they didn't make 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah, I get that. It kind of tarnishes it.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I have them at the bottom, because I'm like, I don't want to think about them. I don't want to see them.
Because I've seen them.
I think I can salvage 1.
Yeah.
And keep that as part of established Pixar lore.
Yeah.
Which I want to do.
But
because that movie deserves it.
Yeah. Obviously, people listening and watching this probably don't know much about me. Like, I'm a huge racing and NASCAR fan. Like, my dad and I have watched NASCAR since I can remember thinking things.
Yep.
So this really hit home for me. I loved that it was based on NASCAR, but then it went to like a small town. It was like charming. It was just I love this movie.
I think it's a really smart setting to go with the Route 66. It's tying on an old thing, like that whole concept of like the past has died, and like that's the magic,
right?
Not a world race.
I like
based on a gimmick.
I like character transformations too. I like slow over the course of the whole movie, like things happening that change a character. And Lightning McQueen was such a cocky, annoying person.
See, that's why I need to watch it again.
And he sees like what a small town and like just simple people, like how nice that can be. And he becomes a completely different person. And I love that. Okay. This has been a very long episode. If you've made it this long, I will personally give you a hug if we ever meet each other. Which I would like. Hope that would happen at some point.
That would be cool.
So thank you for watching and listening. If you want to watch the video podcasts, there will be a link to them on the Huber Rebels website, which at some point that will be true.
We might break this up.
We'll see.
We'll play it by ear.
But yeah, we're going to do this every week. Don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but hope you enjoyed Pixar Talk this week.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll do more lists in the future. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever you're doing out there.
And we are the Huber Rebels.
Till next time.